Welcome back to the show. Just doing the research before each show, you research all your guests, and my next guest, just doing some of my research last night and thinking to myself what it would be like as a young person coming to a new country, and what sort of challenges does that pose to that person. And I just imagined to myself how difficult it can be, and that's why it's so important to have great initiatives for people, that newcomers to a new country. And one of those initiatives is the Active Newcomer Youth Ottawa program. I am joined by Emmanuel, Duala, Ekoko. Welcome to the show, Emmanuel.
Thank you very much for having me.
Tell us a little bit about your background. You and I were just talking off air, and you're from Cameroon?
Yes, I'm from Cameroon, originally born from Kumba, Southwest region, and I moved to Canada in 2016. I went to school at Algonquin College, studied social service program.
Is that what brought you to Canada?
Yes,
education? Going to school?
Yeah, originally.
What were some of those challenges that you faced when you first arrived here in Canada?
Well, moving to a new country as an immigrant is never an easy thing. Mm-hmm. And you have all the weather, like climate change. You have to. Well, I had to experience snow when I came.
Right.
I came towards at fall. Towards September.
Okay.
And it wasn't nice. I wore my winter jacket to class in September. And yeah, all my classmates, I got into class, everyone started laughing. And they're like, oh boy, you're not going to make it. Yeah.
Well, how's it been then? Have you become comfortable with the Canadian weather?
Over time, I did get really, I made some really good friends, and I learned how to skate.
Nice.
So I learned some few activities as well. And yeah, so it's been fun so far.
Let's talk about Active Newcomer Youth Ottawa. Tell me the inspiration behind a little of the history when it first began.
Okay, so the Active Newcomer Youth is originally a project from the Photo Voice project from the Social Planning Council of Ottawa.
Okay.
And originally done to assess the needs of immigrants in the community. And it was realized that there was a lack of social programming in the community that it's geared towards helping new immigrants. And there's a wide gap after the pandemic for a need for programs to help with mental health, which was very low after the pandemic with people sitting indoors all the time.
Right.
So there was a big need for this social programming. And myself and Ruben Nashali, whom you know, he's now the executive director of SPCO. Mm-hmm. So he could not make it here today because he also had a meeting, which he had to attend. But yeah, we have a good background in sports and recreation, and I'm an artist as well. So I've been working with different organizations in the city as youth worker and youth coordinator, running different programs. So we decided to put things together, and bring some guys who were very motivated to make things happen. And we started the organization with the help of Social Planning Council of Ottawa.
So let's talk about some of those activities that you offer. You mentioned physical activity, and there's the social part of it as well. Let's start with the physical activities.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So we do have lots of different programs which we are running right now. We have the main one being the soccer program, which is run during the summer months. Okay. And which is geared towards giving young people a safe space to enjoy, to have network, meet other people of themselves. Right. And we got to, it was called the Mini World Cup because of how much it brought communities together.
Nice.
Yeah, and we realized that once we got these guys to bring teams out, they came in huge communities where we had Somali teams coming out, teams from Nepal coming out. We had teams from all over the world, Colombia, and everywhere, all over. And it was really incredible having all these guys playing together. And it was easy to integrate new guys because once you have a new guy coming, we can easily send them to a team of which they are easily identified with.
Right.
And that way, everyone felt very included and very involved, and they wanted us to keep doing it.
Well, and I guess doing that in itself becomes the social part of the programming, right?
Exactly. And yeah, so we connect that with the mental aspect as well, the mental health aspect, where we have as well counselors and people who come onto the field to help talk with these youths, see how they can network. It's a much more safer space to talk to them, and you're meeting them at the point of their need. And
right.
so that way now you have the social worker or the counselor talking to you, trying to become like a friend.
Right.
And it's easier for them to relate with that. And most immigrants don't have that understanding of, I have to go see a counselor.
Yeah.
So having a more non-therapeutic mental health counseling, like what we do, helps a lot.
More approachable,
Yeah,
right?
it makes it more
Yeah,
approachable for
I
them.
can see that, for sure.
And they get more help, they get to network, meet new people, and these people help them find jobs, and we've had really good testimonies.
Nice.
from
Emmanuel,
these
did you
youth.
come to Canada on your own, or did family come with you?
Yeah, I came to Canada on my own origin. Well, I have family here,
Okay.
but I came
Okay.
on my own. So
Because I just wonder, it must be so incredibly isolating. Do you find a lot of the youth that have come through your program find themselves isolated, even beyond the pandemic? I'm talking about.
Yes,
right?
that's a good point. I came here on my own, but I have family. My brother, who's married, has 2 kids,
Okay.
and they're really amazing. I live with them when I just landed,
Right.
and once I finished school, I had to go and start my own life.
Right.
And then you start feeling the isolation and all that. And even with them, you still feel it. For a young person, you've left everyone you knew behind,
Yeah.
your community and everything, and the least you need is support. And sometimes you have language barriers. Your accent might be because you speak 5 different other languages.
Right.
It's not because you can't speak English. So it doesn't mean you're dumb. It
Yes.
means you're just limited.
I'm glad you said that.
Yeah,
and
it
because
just
some
means
people
you're
get
limited.
self-conscious about
Yeah,
themselves,
and-
right? When
and that I see lots of youth who have so much potentials.
Right.
And they still.
Emmanuel, this has been a wonderful conversation.
Yeah.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
joining me. Really, really appreciate it. We'll be back after this.
Okay.